Since this is episode 67 of From Bedrock to Java, I want to do something a little bit special in today's episode. So for today's intro, I'm going to go ahead and show off my top 5 favorite builds in this world. Starting with number 5 are these twin ships. I absolutely love these things. Number 4 has to go to this crane. I absolutely love this. This thing is just absolutely amazing and it looks really cool. Number 3 has to be my blacksmith bar combo with this tree on top. I think it's one of my favorite builds. It just looks really cool with all the organics mixed into the building. Number 2 has to be this first section I added to my mega base. That it just looks amazing and it still stands equally with the mega base itself. And number 1, of course, has to go to the giant Roman tower that I built several episodes ago. This thing still looks incredibly impressive and it looks amazing as it stands as a silhouette in the background of a lot of my videos. This thing just really helps to complete my world. I love it, and yet I still haven't finished it. I think that'll conclude it for today's little intro. So hopefully you all enjoyed my top 5 favorite places that I've built in this world thus far. Let me know your top 5. Hey, what's up y'all? Welcome back to episode 67 of From Bedrock to Java. Haha, we're on a new episode today, and I got a lot of plans for today's episode. However, let's go ahead and talk about what we did in the last episode. So in the last episode, we went ahead and started working on the Undercity quite a bit. We actually started working on the city section, and I'm really happy with the way it turned out. Ow, I hit my face. Okay, so in the last episode, we went ahead and started work on the last drop right over here. So I said I was going to try to get as much of it done as I could, and that is the case. I am low on health. Wow. But we ended up working on a good chunk of it. I think we did a decent amount considering how much we had to do last episode. I think it looks really cool. It's got all the details, it's pretty well textured, and I think it just looks really cool. It's missing quite a lot, however. It's missing a whole interior, and on top of it missing an interior, it's also missing a roof and a couple walls, because I ran out of time last episode, so I never actually finished this thing. It's fine, right? I'll finish this later. A future episode me is gonna love building this again, right? And on top of the fact that we built ourselves the last drop, we also went ahead and built ourselves a couple farms. The first one being the, what is this called? Slime farm. We needed a bunch of slime balls because we wanted to make another farm using the slime itself. Now you may be wondering, what is slime used for? Well, if you watched the last episode, you would know that frogs like to eat slime. They eat slime and they start breeding, and we need the frogs to be able to make another farm. And now what's that farm, you may ask? Well, of course, that farm is Froglet Farm, which I have yet to finish completely because I have some sort of basic, when I say basic, I mean like really basic chest system right here. It's just hoppers going into some chests. And we've already made ourselves a huge amount of froglights. It just took a lot of powdered snow, and it took a lot of dedication and determination and blood, sweat, and tears trying to get all these frogs in here. It's completely fine. Now we have more froglights that we can use and know what to do with. So yeah, that's completely fine. But in today's episode, I want to go ahead and cover one of the biggest problems in my world. That problem, of course, is my chest system. It's very basic. Yet again, it's just a simple storage system with a ton of chests that I can manually sort, and this thing takes absolute ages because I have to do it myself. So I want to go ahead and change that. In today's episode, I think I want to try to go ahead and build some kind of auto sorting system thingy for all my different materials here. And of course, a couple episodes we went ahead and talked about the fact that I think I want to go ahead and build a storage system right about here, because this is a huge amount of space that I have no clue what I'm going to do with, and I think it's just screaming in fact to have some kind of chest system in here. I'm really excited because I haven't built an automatic chest sorter like this before, so I'm gonna have to figure out what kind of design to go for. And I'm thinking that I want to try to use some copper golems, because copper golems are the brand new thing and everyone's using it, so I might as well try it myself. So let's see if we can find a cool design, and I guess we're gonna try to build ourselves a really cool chest system. Wish me luck, because I don't know what I'm doing. So I just went ahead and found myself a really cool short, which is by Small Guy Minecraft, which is a very simple copper golem sorter. I think I'm gonna follow it. I was planning on going for something a little bit more complex. However, this thing looks really simple and it might be a little interesting to do, so we'll see how that goes. I guess we're gonna see what happens once we build it, so yeah, I'll see y'all once something happens. Yeah, let's go ahead and build up this copper golem sorters. So first things first, we gotta go ahead and place down our chest to figure out exactly how big we want the system to be. We have to build this system in chunks of 9, so everything we have to do is in 3x3 little areas, and of course we gotta build up those copper golem areas and whatnot. It's a lot of work, but I think it's really fun. I enjoy started building this thing, the process was really cool, and I really got to use copper golems for the first time, I think, ever in this world, because I've never really used copper golems, and I found out exactly how useful they are. Alright, so I've gotten a little bit of work done on this storage system, and I have to say, this thing is absolutely massive. It is so much bigger than the one I currently have, and I'm really happy about that, because I was really starting to get worried about some of my chests getting extremely full. Now that we have ourselves this little area right here, I think we're going to be able to store quite a lot of stuff. So let's just go ahead and see exactly what we would be able to see if we were to come in naturally. So we have this little exit right here, and let's see where to come in. Woohoo! Okay, so we are met with all these chests right here, and I've already started trying to organize them into separate categories like so. However, I do have to admit, they are not very well organized just yet. There's literally nothing in these chests to organize them, and that's fine. That's fine, because we'll do that later. I also have a second storage over here, but I need to figure out a way to get the items that, well, let me explain this system completely first. So eventually I'm going to put down a shulker unloader right about here, which is going to unload the items back into like this little chest over here, and then it's going to send it into this copper chest, and these copper golems are going to sort it into these chests, and if that doesn't work, it'll just keep going along this line as these guys just keep sorting into their certain chest. And once it gets to the end over here, it's going to eventually get stuck right here. So I have to figure out a way to get the items from right here all the way across and over to this chest right here, so we can start sorting down this aisle, and whatever isn't sorted will go into this chest system right here, and I'll have to sort that myself. It's going to be a long process of manually putting a lot of things in each of these chests, but I think it'll be fine in the long run, hopefully. My main worry about this chest system is the fact that if I do have too many of one type of item, eventually it will not be sorted. Like, let's say I have a ton of stone, I throw in a ton of stone into the system, and these chests are full. Well, it's going to make its way all the way through, and they're all going to end up over there, and eventually this area right here is going to get full. So what I'm thinking is that I might eventually have to take a bunch of these bulk items like these right here and put them into their own bulk storage system. So I'll see what I can do there, but for right now we have this little area right here set up for stone. But if I do decide to do bulk storage for stone and stuff like that, I'll figure that out. It might go up there, maybe. I have no clue. But yeah, we have a plan going. I also decided to go ahead and put in a bunch of barrels like so that way if we do have a huge amount of bulk items, that way if I don't want to do like that big bulk storage system, I can take shulker boxes and collect whatever items are in there and then throw them into this barrel and this barrel right here. So we have a full double chest worth of shulkers that can fit into this storage system, which is pretty cool, I have to admit. And then on the other side of this entire thing over here, I've even put in a bunch of just blank storage. So we have a huge amount of blank storage right here that we can use for any block that doesn't really fit, or any item I should say, because we're going to throw in items like weapons, armor, all that kind of stuff. It's going to go in these chests right here. So these chests are just going to be like general miscellaneous stuff that doesn't fit anywhere else, I guess. I can also fit in one more row of items, can I missed. Okay, let's just go ahead and throw another row of chests here. I guess the main goal for the rest of today's episode is to try sorting all of our items into these chests, as well as making this area look a lot better, because I don't think a storage system with a huge open area like this is going to be very good. I'm not going to lie to you. So that's going to be step one of this entire process of making our new storage room look better and function better, I suppose, because I really need a way to organize everything. What a bunch of barrels here. Must forgot to get rid of these. Oops. So I guess if the first thing I want to do is to actually build up the storage system, I need to actually get items from each of these little chests over here, throw them in so that way they can get sorted, and I guess we're going to see where that takes us. So I guess let's start, grabbing some items from each of these areas and then sorting it, because I think that's going to be pretty important. So let's grab the obvious stuff first. One of the things that I think I'm going to do for this storage system, which is a little bit extra, I have to say, is to go ahead and put in a block which is named, so that way I can put it in here and then I guess make sure that each of these chests have something to sort. Because if I just have a stack of just dirt or something like that, and let's say I decide to quick select a bunch of dirt out of here, and all of a sudden this chest is empty, suddenly this chest is left without any kind of sorting system. So I'm going to fill in like this bottom row, or maybe these two bottom rows, with just things that I can use to sort systems. However, for items that are like a little bit less common, that I probably won't have a lot of, I'll probably just leave it in here, just like maybe some flowers or something like that. I don't really know, because in those cases we're gonna have a lot of flowers, and we're probably gonna have more flowers in there than we can sort. So I think in those cases it'll be fine. We just have to make sure to leave one every single time, but you know, it's nice to have. So I guess let's just go ahead and continue with naming a bunch of items to sort. It's gonna take a while. Okay, I'll be back at some point. So I've been working here for the past hour just trying to sort items into our chest system here, and I have to say this thing takes forever. I just went through and placed down a single item in each of these, like with some cobblestone and such, and then I still haven't done that yet. Oops. There's supposed to be other blocks in there, but I've gone through with a bunch of other blocks just trying to fill in these things. Still nowhere near close to being done. I have a lot of work to do. I haven't even touched a large majority of the wood. I've touched a couple pieces, and then I haven't even started anything on this side. I guess I did do a little bit. But yeah, we have a bunch of blocks that we have yet to put in the system, and at some point I did just give up naming everything with the sorter thing. Maybe I'll come back through at some point, but right now it's just not happening because I have to do every single one of these blocks. I have to go through, craft every single item, put it in here, and then I'm gonna have to go through and figure out the actual redstone. I still haven't even made myself the shulker unloader. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be such a long project, but I'm sure it's gonna be worth it. Putting in the effort now is gonna make future me much happier. Yeah, and besides, even if I don't finish sorting everything in this inventory area thingy, I still have the chest room right over there that I can continue working out of and pretend that I never started any of this because, you know, I'm a little bit lazy. So either I'll be able to finish sorting everything by the end of today's episode, or I'll be working on it throughout the rest of how long? I might be working on it for over a month. Who knows? But I know one thing I do want to do today is to try finishing up the look of this system and then worry about the actual functionality of it later. It's completely counterintuitive, but it'll work because it'll look pretty and that'll motivate me to work in here more. As it is, staying in here is really depressing because it's just all gray. It's so boring. I really don't like the look of this area just yet, but I know it can turn out really pretty, especially with all the shapes and stuff. It's huge. It's perfect. It's exactly what I look for in a storage system. So yeah, I guess that'll be today's big goal. So I guess I'm gonna go take a break real quick and I'll come back and I suppose I'll continue sorting or I'll start building. Who knows? Okay, I'll get back to y'all later. So let's go ahead and get building. So of course I started off today's little time lapse right here with just a bunch of trying to sort a bunch of items. And then I of course got bored of that, so I started working on the flooring. And of course this looks exactly like a lot of the other builds you've seen before. And of course I did this during another movie night because it's always the best time. When you're busy watching a movie while building, time goes by so much faster and you get so much more work done. I actually blazed through this project way faster than I expected. And I even got a little bit of extra work done. Then, you know, I'm just happy. I got a lot of work done. Okay, so I've been doing a little bit of building around here, just trying to get a general vibe of what this area is going to look like, and I decided to go ahead and take a bunch of, like, or similarly, you know, this little symbol right here has appeared in most of the builds I've done around this castle, and I've decided, you know what, let's just keep it going. I want this storage room to feel kind of like my old one, so I'm just pretty much taking the exact design, and I'm modifying it to fit exactly what I need in the bigger storage system. As you can tell, I have the exact same size symbol, the same flooring. I'm definitely going to throw in a bunch more of, like, these vertical logs. I also want to bring in this exact shape right here because, like, it's one of my favorite things to look at. And then I'm also going to bring in, like, little arches like so and all these different things in here that I actually really like. I'm also of course going to bring my friends over there, and I think it's going to be really fun. However, one other thing I do want to bring into this build specifically is other aspects of around the base. For example, this little thing right here is something that happened in my office right up here. I decided to bring in some trees against the wall, and I really enjoyed that. So I'm like, you know what, maybe let's go ahead and bring that into the storage system. And then I also brought that down here into the ballroom. I really enjoy the way the green matches with the sandstone, and it looks so good. So if I bring it up here, this can be a natural lighting source as well as a just really nice little feature that when you walk into this room, like let's say you walk in here, you're met with this beautiful tree. And if you see this beautiful nature of it, it just looks so good, and I'm excited. So I guess let's keep on building, and yeah, let's do this. So for the roof, I decided to just go with a simple thing that I've been doing for the past while now and just go with something like this. I figured it might as well just be a simple little roof that just goes straight across and maybe has a couple little cross sections here and there, similar to what we have down here. I think it looks really cool. So we're just gonna copy like a similar idea, mainly with like this little section right here. However, it's gonna be, you know, a little bit different. We're mainly trying to light up this ceiling here, which is gonna be the biggest little thing that makes the room feel bigger. Because with too many shadows, the room will feel really tight and really cramped, I suppose. So we don't want that. So I guess let's just go ahead and just light it up as much as we can, and the room will feel huge. That's the good thing we're aiming for. Wait. Oh my goodness, why are there always so many creepers around my base? Creepers are always out to get me, I think.
Stand up real quick. Let me know when you're standing up.
Oh my hip. Yeah.
You're standing up?
Yep.
I hate you and everything you stand for. You can sit back there.
Oh, thank you. Can you just build this all the way across to where it's ending right now?
What do you mean by that?
So, like, just follow, like, if there's blocks here, just bring this all the way across.
Okay.
Yeah, just to, like, where that froglet ends. So let me just...
I don't know. Okay, that might be too much now. Okay. Okay, first.
That's fair.
Oh my god, Brandon!
You can just use that to like put on the roof so that nothing spawns up here. Okay, I'm gonna go start organizing some chests. Why, cruel world? Come to you.
I fell.
Oh, okay. Trying to find more items. Ow! What's hitting me now? It's a child! Where did that one spawn?
Brandon.
Keys?
I think we both know this place would not fly with the safety inspector, man.
Oh no, not him again!
Do you want an audit, man?
Give it 5 to 10 business days. I need to clean some things up before he gets here. Like when you open these chests right here, you see how there's like a item at the very bottom, like in the bottom, all the way down there. So we're gonna have to take all of these items and rename them a little bit. So if you open this chest right here and look at the dirt, I just put down sorter at the end. So if you just copy and paste that on each of the ends. I think I did with some of them. I didn't get to all of them though.
So I gotta go through all these chests and find the ones you didn't.
Yeah, I think I did most of like this stuff, yeah. I think all of the woods are not done.
You know what? I'm bringing this with me.
That's fair. You know what? That's actually smart. I ran back and forth between that.
So you did every brick except for the actual brick.
I did.
Play ball
I got lazy with that apparently. Let's see. I'm gonna put this in and see if it goes straight to the granite chest. Let's see if this works. Ooh, it's doing things. Okay, just checking all the chests. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna have to put like 5 copper golems in each of these. He just finished the first module. Oh no! Again, I should probably mention the fact that this is a shulker unloader by Kale Hammeron. There we go. Cover the bases. Sir. Oh my god. Watching the copper golems working away, it's a huge line of 1 block going down, and they're like, I don't know where this goes. Give it to the other guy.
Pass it on.
Yeah, pass it on to the next one. Here's a quick little time lapse of what actually happened during this little time when Tommy ended up joining the world and helping me out by building the roof and helping me do a little bit of renaming of some of the items around my storage system. Man, there's a lot of work that went along around here, and it was an absolute blast. This tree was probably my favorite little part of this little build. I think it's probably one of my favorite trees I've actually built on this world, and funny enough, it's a 2D tree. Ah, who would have guessed? I also loved actually decorating this area. It looks so cool. I love it. It feels amazing. I can't wait to build more of it. And of course, we got to include this as a time lapse. Look at them go. Man, they are spinning around trying to get these items organized. Oh, this is actually really hilarious to watch. I absolutely love this. This is amazing. These guys are some of my favorite mobs ever added to Minecraft. Okay, so after throwing a large chunk of items into our item sorter to see exactly how long it would take to, I guess, sort it, I have discovered that if you put in like 30 shulker boxes, even like 5 hours is enough time to actually go through and sort everything, because this is just half of what I've already taken out. And I still have another 6 shulker boxes still in the system that are still yet to actually sort. Here's 5. Here's another one, and then in here we have another shulker box, which is full of a couple items. And then in, let's see, just this chest alone is completely full. This copper chest is completely full. This hopper, we got another hopper right here and another hopper right here. They're all completely full. So I think we're gonna have to do a couple different things to try to make sure that this thing works. So let's go ahead and try to increase our efficiency of the actual sorting of the golems. And the way to do that, of course, is to is to go ahead and just add a couple more copper golems to each of these little sections. So for example, right here, let's see, if we put in 9 or 8 more, I suppose, this thing should be able to sort, well, 9 times faster than it would normally. So if there's 9 chests right here, that means all the chests should be open at some point, the whole trading system. And all of these chests are going to be opening, and then all these chests are, and then blah, 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 all the way through. And then it gets sent all the way over here to be sorted all the way through here. And I'm assuming... Ooh, wait a minute. That's not a good sign. I just realized these chests are completely full. Ooh, does that mean items have despawned? There's a very, very good chance that items have despawned in here that I don't know about. Okay, that is a very big issue that I did not really consider. Okay, so I've done the math, and apparently if I want to add exactly 8 more copper golems to each of these little segments, I'm going to need to add another 144 copper golems total. And that's quite a lot of copper golems, isn't it? That's 2 1/4 stacks worth of copper golems. And that means I'm going to need exactly 144 minecarts. And 144 minecarts is a lot of minecarts, okay? One minecart takes 5 iron ingots to craft. So that means we have to multiply 144 by 5. That is about 720, which is quite a lot of ingots. And that is exactly 80 blocks of iron. So let's go ahead and try getting all of our copper golems in place. This is going to be an absolute pain because copper golems apparently have been really difficult to try getting into position as I have tested. So hopefully it goes smoothly this time. I'll see how it goes. Maybe it's not going to go terribly, but I have a feeling it's going to go really poorly for me. I'll be back. So I've run into a bit of an issue, and it's the fact that I can't stack copper golems. Oh no. So if they're in a minecart like this, they don't exactly stack. Because if there's a minecart that falls on top of them, one of them's going to get lodged inside of the chest. For example, there's a little dude that's like right here. He's stuck inside of the chest, and I can't get him out. He's gonna live there from now on, I think. In fact, he might actually freeze, and I don't know what's gonna happen. He might break the chest, and I don't know. I suppose that'll be fine. This is testing. We're gonna see what happens here. So it looks like we're not going to be expanding our task force here because I don't exactly have the right type of chest sorting system in order to keep all of these dudes in a certain area and stack them. Sure, if this was like a different type of sorting system, I could definitely do it. But with this, with what it is, I can't do it. So maybe in the future, if I decided to make another type of chest sorter, maybe. But with this specific chest system, it's just not going to happen. It's not feasible. So yeah, I think we're going to have to just leave it at this. So one of the things I decided to try to going ahead and adding to this storage room is some kind of decoration. And that decoration, of course, is something that I am always trying to add to my bases. And that is, of course, an aquarium, which is right over here. I absolutely adore these kind of things, and I decided, you know what? This area, while it is pretty big, does feel kind of cramped, especially in this little corner area right over here, where there's a lot of pillars, a lot of different entrances, and it just needs some way to feel bigger. So what I decided to do is put this aquarium here, and then on the opposite side, you have the, I guess, there's going to be another hallway right about here-ish. That way, if you're walking by, you can see into the storage system from, I don't know, somewhere over here. Whatever is going to be in this area, I don't know yet. However, it's probably going to be one of the exits of the storage room that can come over here and peek in. So we're going to have to figure out exactly how to fit in a bunch of different fish and some terraining in here. So yeah, the video's getting long, so I'm just gonna go cut straight to a time lapse. Just did a little bit of decorating, then I built up this little fish tank right here, brought in a couple axolotls, and I think I'm gonna add some more. I love this thing. Okay, so I've run out of time in today's episode, and I have been AFK, just trying to get everything sorted in my system for the past, I think at least for today alone, I've spent about 12 hours just on the world, just trying to get everything to get sorted all the way through, and I believe we are not even done with all the shulker. We got like 22 shulker boxes left to actually sort through, and these copper golems take absolutely forever. Let's see how many shulker boxes are in here. We have 7 shulker boxes in here. We've gone through about 30 to 40 different shulker boxes, which have gone through that chest, and I've taken out and thrown into our chests over here, where we have just general storage. So right over here, these aren't all of the ones that came out of there, but I'd say a good chunk of these right here have been taken out and stored in here. So I've just been chipping away at trying to store a bunch of different items, and this process has taken the longest time. I really don't know how much longer it's going to take, I'll be honest with you, because I've been here, I think, working on this entire area for about 20 or so hours, and maybe only 5 of those hours are actually dedicated to designing this room, which is still not even close to being done. For example, I still have a huge section right here to build. I have to texture a lot of this. I want to bring in more colors because I really love the way that this yellow concrete just brings out so much of this room. It looks really pretty. I am aiming to try following along with Pearlescent Moon and some of her chest systems, especially the one from last season of Hermitcraft. Her chest system was just so inspirational for me. I really want to build something like it. I really like the way it was set up, so that way there was a huge amount of chests, there was a nice amount of decoration, like something like this. This part right here, I think this part right here is decorated perfectly for me. I'm going to add in a couple more decorations. I don't want to leave too many empty blocks like this, and I want to have a lot more furniture like this, and just, I don't know, just a lot of things that really make this area pop and feel really cool, and I think it'll be awesome. So I'm going to have to do that, and then I'm going to have to like figure out all the different features I can bring in here. Like, I think I'm going to bring in, I don't know, at least some of my friends like I have in my storage system right over here. I want to bring them up in another table up at this base, because I love looking at my friends over there. So whenever I come by there, I like have a little smile on my face, right? So I want to do that here too. It gives me a nice little bit of inspiration. I get to see them every now and then, and it's awesome. So I don't know where I'm going to do that, but they will be here at some point. This area right here just has so much it can do. I have to work on building in this little section right here and making that look better, so that way when I'm over here, I can look over the edge and have a nice view of this section. And then over here, this was going to be my game room. I'm going to have some mini games and such in here. So these are all the mini games that I had somewhere over there at some point, but I had to tear down for other builds. So I have to rebuild those at some point and build them around here, I think, because I think that'd be really cool. And of course, there's just so many little things that I have to work on for this base. I think in the next couple episodes, I'm just gonna try working around this area and just building it up so that way I have a nice creative space to work around. And I think that's gonna be really fun. So first things first, this is the entrance to our storage room. We built this, I don't even know how many episodes ago at this point. Several episodes. And this was supposed to be my warehouse. And what better to store in a warehouse than your storage, right? So we figured this is a perfect spot to put the storage. And of course, here we are. So this right here is the shulker unloader, I believe is what they're called. So this is where I'm gonna actually spend most of my time sleeping from now on. Even though I have a bedroom, which is right up here, I rarely ever use it. Even in the storage room right here, I always ended up using the bed that was right here. It was like my favorite bed. It's really comfy. It's just, it fits in perfectly. Simple, quick access next to my storage system, which I'm always at. So since I'm always at my storage system, I might as well have another bed in here. So here they are, 2 beds, and instead of trapdoors, we got some shelves. They look pretty cool. And along this wall right here, we have just some quick access, like fireworks that I can use, golden carrots, ender pearls. It's exactly the same as what I have in the chest system right over here. And yeah, I think it's pretty awesome. I of course need to add another like little quick furnace like this right over there as well. And I think that'll be perfect. Maybe just on the other side of this wall. I think that'd be perfect as well. I guess let's go and look at this aquarium again. Just, yeah. Looks really cool. I love the fact that it goes in and you can see it to the other side. I might replace this glass with like a white glass or something to make the water brighter, but I don't know. It might be fine as is, because I don't know if you can really make water brighter. Maybe some sea pickles, that might help. I don't really know. And I guess the final thing that I really built into this area is this little tree right here, which I absolutely adore. I think this might be my favorite tree wall design that I have added in this world. It just has such a nice little shape to it. It's like really perfectly curved, and the leaves are nice. It's like really nice and bushy, and it's really simple, and it provides so much lighting. Look at that. Ah, it's amazing. Absolutely love this thing. And as we head up here, I have no clue what I'm going to do with this just yet, but it's going to be something. Probably something important, hopefully. Yeah. I guess one other thing I want to talk about is that in one of the future episodes, there is one other thing I want to add to my storage system. So in the chests up here, or the ender chests I should say, I have like a really poorly engineered shulker system or something like that, and I've been watching a lot of Etho recently, and Etho has showed off his ender chest system, and I was like, you know what, I want to build one myself. So in one of the future episodes, I think I'm going to build a Etho based ender chest system, and the question is where I'm going to place it. It might be in here, but who knows. I really have no clue what I'm doing for these next couple episodes, because I never thought I would move my chest system, but here I am. Haha, moving stuff. It's fun. It's fun. Anyways, I think that'll do it for today's episode. I have done so much work just trying to get things sorted, literally, and I still have a lot of work to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and get working on the next episode. So yeah, hope you all enjoyed today's episode. Thank you all for watching, and of course, have a good one, y'all. Goodbye. Haha. And now I'm gonna wait for these copper golems to finish sorting their stuff. Oh my goodness, dude, they're gonna take forever. I can't do a lot of my work because I'm just waiting for them to finished organizing my stuff in the chest. I can't even access it. It's all back there. What's with the bat?